is Layla Ahmad. I'm the author of the book When Mom's Away, coming out from Second Story Press in April 2021.
And hi, my name is Farida Zaman. I'm the illustrator of the book.
And today we're actually here to talk to you a little bit about the process of, in my case, writing the book, in Farida's case, actually illustrating it. And another fun fact is we are actually a mother-daughter team. So Farida's my mom, and the book is actually about a mother-daughter relationship. So it's a really fun kind of element that added to the dimension of creating the book and how it came to be. So we're going to talk to you about our creative process and kind of what it was like behind the scenes creating the book.
So Layla, what inspired you to do the book, to write the story?
Yeah, so what inspired me was kind of obviously living through the pandemic, kind of at the beginning, kind of seeing kids who were obviously a little confused as to what was going on, and I was writing a mother-daughter story at the time and thought it was best to kind of include what was actually happening at the time because it's really best to keep things realistic. And together with my publisher, we kind of nailed down the concept and kind of kept it in real time, kind of adjusting it to like the situation, whether schools were virtual or in person. And that's kind of how the story came to be. Yeah.
That sounds wonderful, actually. And such an important topic too.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the takeaway of this book would be?
So there are a lot of takeaways in terms of like value and messaging. So obviously, there are a few big ones, such as I like to think of like community building, helping out your neighbors, helping out families, like inter-family bonding, really kind of being there for one another. Gender equality is a huge one in the book. So you have a mom who's a doctor and frontline worker who goes to work while her husband / like the dad stays at home with the daughter. So thinking of it in terms of like non-traditional family roles is a really big one that I think is really important for kids to kind of obviously be familiar with, because not all families are the same in terms of who holds roles. And really just like making do with what you have in terms of like not everybody has access to the same kinds of like things in their home, and being able to support your community members in times of duress or stress. I think that there's a lot of different takeaways depending on who reads the book. So different people will pick up different messages, but they're all really there.
Very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Moving over to your side of the arena, to like the illustrative side, what was it like kind of creating those illustrations? What was the creative inspiration? What kind of medium did you use? Kind of tell everyone a little bit about that.
The medium that I worked in was watercolors, and then later on I fine-tuned it in digitally with Procreate and Photoshop. The process took me about 2.5 months from beginning to end. I took my time doing the sketches, but initially when Layla was presenting the story to the publisher, I did a sample illustration to go with it, and they obviously liked it, and I built from that. I did the book dummy. I fine-tuned whatever had to be fine-tuned based on the editorial changes, and then the book slowly came together, and I was very pleased with the way it turned out.
Yeah, no, it was really awesome. It was a really great creative like experience, kind of seeing the illustrations come together harmoniously with the words. And I think they really play off each other, and one doesn't go without the other. You really kind of like, they bring out the best in each other. And I think that while obviously both did our work really great, like separately, they both come together really beautifully, and it kind of adds an extra dimension, kind of having worked together. It was obviously, this is my first book as an author, and there's something really special about being able to have your mother illustrate your first book. So I think that was really cool, working together kind of as clients. That was really neat.
Yeah, for sure. It was very, very special, and I really do hope it inspires other mother-daughter teams to do things that can make a change, sort of for the better in this wonderful world we live in. And it was a fantastic experience, and I'd love to do it again.
Yeah, did you think there was anything kind of like different about us working together as like illustrator and author as opposed to mother and daughter, like usually?
Well, you know what? I think it was really great because, this is Layla's first book, and I've been doing this illustrating books for many, many years now, close to 3 decades. And I kept our relationship pretty professional.
Yeah.
I think that was important.
Definitely. It was very,
it's
very structured.
It's a learning thing for Layla as well. And also it helps to keep, you know, a little distance between the two.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you're actually working with an author, you're expected to do that. You don't turn to the author for every little detail or every little change you make. So that was very good, and Layla respected that. And you know, I think it really helped for the process to be as successful as it was, for sure.
Yeah, you definitely have to take off your like mommy hat
At that point,
and put on your business hat.
Yeah. No, I
So
think it was good.
There's clear lines in the sand, but it's very cool to be able to kind of come to the end of the process and know that you like created something, but also you have that hand in creating it with your mom. So it's something that I'll always be able to look back on and have those special fond memories. I think that's really cool, and to be able to like inspire other people, like, you know, mother-daughter teams, or even just like the book in general is like super special because it is about those familial structures, familial bonds. But it, like, once again, there's so many messages in it, but if it can inspire other people to kind of like go out and create those special things like with their families, I think that's really a big thing that like the book kind of holds near and dear. I'm super excited to get into the hands of readers. I can't wait. I'm like over the moon for spring to come by so that we can actually have people reading the book. Like super excited. Yeah, I think that it was a really awesome experience. Can't wait to, you know, keep on writing. New author, but you know, been writing for a while, so it's just super exciting. And thank you so much for letting us talk about the book.
Thank you, and see you in the spring.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.